Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king!
Bernardo?
He.
You come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
With this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
Long live the king!
Long live the king! Long live the king!
Oh, yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be grieved, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe.
Say what? Is Horatio there?
Peace of him.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Please, break thee off. Look where it comes again.
The same figure like the king that's dead!
We drink to Hamlet, our dear brother, the late king.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou usurped this time of night? By heaven I charge thee, speak!
Our late brother, Hamlet.
To Hamlet.
Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we, with wisest sorrow, think on him together with remembrance of ourselves.
It is offended.
See? It stalks away!
Say! Speak! Speak! I charge thee, speak!
'Tis here!
'Tis here!
'Tis gone.
Let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet.
Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with defeated joy, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along. For all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France.
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. And now, my cousin, Hamlet, and my son.
Little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord, I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is, I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play, but I have that within which passeth show these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
Oh, 'tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father, but to persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. We pray you throw to earth this unprevailing woe and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne. And with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart toward you. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye. Our chiefest courtier cousin and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray you stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a fair and loving reply. He, as ourselves, in Denmark. Madam, come.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his canon against self-slaughter.
Oh, God!
God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world.
Fie, aunt.
Oh,
fie.
'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely.
That it should come to this, but 2 months dead?
Nay, not so much, not 2.
So excellent a king that was to this.
I hear you. To a satyr.
So loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly.
Heaven and earth!
Must I remember?
Praise thy name is Lord.
Little month or ere those shoes were old.
With which she followed my poor father's body.
Like Niobe, all tears.
Why she, even she,
Oh God, a beast that wants discourse of reason.
would have mourned longer. Married mine uncle.
My uncle's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. Almost wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot, come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I'm very glad to see you,
Oh,
Horatio, or I do forget myself.
the same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. And what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcellus.
My good lord.
I'm very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. And what's in faith make you from Wittenberg? What is your affair in Elsinore? We'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Prithee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio, the funeral bade to meets did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Would I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. 'Twas a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all, I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
For God's love, let me hear.
For 2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead vast and middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure, like your father, armed at point exactly, cap a pay, appears before them. The solemn march goes slow and stately by them. This to me in dreadful secrecy in part they did, and I with them the 3rd night kept the watch, where, as they had delivered, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
Where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none.
It is very strange. Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you?
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe?
My lord, from head to foot.
I will watch tonight. Perchance to walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I will requite your loves. So fare you well. Upon the platform twixt of 11 and 12 I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your loves is mine to you. Farewell. My father's spirit, in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night were come. Till then, sit still my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth o'erwhelm them to men's eyes. The air by truly, it is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
Nay, it is struck.
Indeed. I heard it not. But it draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. What does this mean, my lord?
The king doth wake tonight and takes his rouse. Keeps wassail and the swaggering up spring reels.
Look, my lord, it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blast from hell. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. king? Father Royal Dano, answer me!
It beckons you to go away with it, as if some impartment to desire to you alone.
But do not go with it.
But no, by no means.
You will not speak? Then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life in a pin's fee. It weighs me forth again. I'll follow it.
What if it tempt you towards the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summits of the cliff that beetles o'er its base into the sea, and there assume some other horrible shape which might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it! The very place puts toys of desperation without more motive into every brain that looks so many fathoms to the sea and hears it roar beneath.
The waves be still. Go on, I'll follow thee!
My lord, you shall not go.
Hold off your hands!
Be ruled, you shall not go!
My fate cries out and makes each petty artery in this body as hardy as the Nemean lion's nerve. Still am I called. Unhand me, gentlemen! By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on, I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
After, to what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me! My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flame must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to cast in fire, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love, revenge his foul and most unnatural murder. Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterous beast, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there! But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be. While sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Hebenon in a vial, and in the portals of my ears did pour the leprous distilment. Thus was I, sleeping, by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen at once dispatched. If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But, howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to the thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. Adieu, adieu. Hamlet, remember me!
Remember thee? Aye, thou poor ghost, while memory holds a seat in this distracted globe.
Remember thee? Thy commandment, all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain.
Yes, by heaven.
O most pernicious woman! O villain! Villain, smiling, damned villain!
My tables.
Meet it is I set it down.
That one may smile.
I smile.
And be a villain.
At least I am sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word, it is adieu, adieu, remember me. I have sworn it.
My lord!
My lord,
heaven, secure him!
So be it.
Ho, 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 my lord!
Hello, ho, ho, boy! Come, come.
How is my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good my lord, tell it.
Nay, you'll reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I, my lord.
How say you then? Would heart of man once think it? That you'll be secret.
Aye, by heaven, my lord.
Aye, my lord, by heaven.
Oh, there's ne'er a villain dwelling in all of Denmark. But he's an errant knave.
There need no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
You are in the right. For your desire to know what is between us, or master it as you may. And now, good friends, never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
Not I, my lord, in faith.
Nor I, in faith, my lord.
Upon my sword.
My lord, we have sworn already.
Indeed. Upon my sword, indeed.
Swear!
Boy, sayest thou so? Art thou there, true penny? Oh, then we'll shift our ground. Come hither, gentlemen. And again, lay your hands upon my sword. Never to speak of this you shall impart. Swear by my sword.
Swear!
Oh, well said, old mole. Canst work an ear so fast. A worthy pioneer. Once more remove, good friends.
Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
Therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophies. But come here as before, swear that you never shall, by pronouncing of some doubtful phrase as, well, we know, or we could, and if we would, or if we list to speak, or there be, and if there might, or any such ambiguous giving out to note that you know aught of me. This not to do. So grace and mercy at your most need help you. Swear.
Swear!
Rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love, I do commend me to you. Times out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right. Hey, come, let's go together.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister Ophelia, as winds give benefit and convoys assistance, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood.
No more but so.
Think it no more. Weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Be wary then. Best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, Laertes, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst, like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not. But I stay too long. Here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles on us. Secondly...
Here, Laertes, aboard, for shame. There, my blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Give every man thine ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
Most Humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
The time invites you. Go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is it, Ophelia, that he hath said to you?
So please you something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you. What is between you? Come on, give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springers to catch woodcocks. I do know, when the blood burns, how prodigal the tongue lends the soul vows. This is for all. I would not have you so slander any moment leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
Give him this money and these notes, Reynaldo. You shall do marvelous wisely before you visit him to make inquire of his behavior.
My lord, I did intend it.
Look, you take you, as it were, some distant knowledge of him, as thus. I know his father and his friends, and you may say in part him, but not well. But if he be him, I mean, he's very wild, addicted, so-and-so, and there lay on him what forgeries you please.
As gaming, my lord.
Aye, or drinking, fencing, swearing, quarreling, whoring, you may go
my
so
lord,
far.
that would dishonor him.
Faith, no, as you may season it in the charge. He closes with you in this consequence. Good sir, or so, or friend, or gentleman.
Very good, my lord.
Then does he this. He does... What was I about to say? Oh, by the mass, I was about to say something. Where did I leave?
That closes in the consequence. Friend or so, or gentleman.
That closes in the consequence. I marry. He closes thus. I know the gentleman. I saw him enter such a house of sale, that is a brothel, and so forth. You have me, have you not?
My lord, I have.
God be with you. Fare you well.
Good, my lord.
Observe his inclination in yourself.
Well, my lord.
And let him ply his music.
I shall, my lord.
Farewell.
My lord.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
My lord, I've been so affrighted.
With what, in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungartered and down-jived to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. He lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their helps, and to the last bended their light on me.
Come, go with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love. This must be known, which, being kept close, might move more grief to hide than hate to utter love.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation? I entreat you both that you gather so much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus. That, opened, lies within our remedy. Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son.
Oh, heavens make our presence and our practice pleasant and helpful to him.
My lord, I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it had used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I long to hear.
I doubt it is no other but the main. His father's death and our over-hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift him.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad, call I it. For to define true madness, what is it but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. But that he is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad, let us grant him that. Now follows that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say, the cause of this defect. For this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus. Perpend. I have a daughter, have while she is mine, who, in her duty and obedience, Mark, has shown me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear. In her excellent white bosom.
Came this from Hamlet to
good
her.
madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Hamlet. This in obedience hath my daughter shown me.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me? But what might you think when I had seen this hot love on the wing? What might you, or my dear majesty, your queen here, think if I had played the death or table book, or looked upon this love with idle sight? No, I went round to work, and he, repulsed, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, thence to a fast, then into a watch, thence to a weakness, thence to a lightness, and by this declension into the madness, wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think of this?
It may be very like.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras, then mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not fallen from his reason thereon, let me be no assistant for a state, but keep a farm and carters.
We will try it.
But look, where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
Away, I do beseech you. Let's away.
To be or not to be? That is the question. But it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them.
To die, sleep, no more. by asleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to.
The consummation about thee to be wished.
To die.
To sleep. The chance to dream.
Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil?
Must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time?
The oppressor's wrong.
The proud man's contumely.
The pangs of despised love.
The law's delay.
The insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes.
When he himself might as quiet as make with a bare bodkin.
Who would Fartles bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but with the dread of something after death?
The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns puzzles the well and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of.
Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought.
The enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. What's off to you now?
How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God a mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent well. You are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter. And yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. Ah, he's far gone, far gone. And truly, in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love. Very near this. I will leave him and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My honorable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
Oh, you cannot, sir, take anything that I will more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
Proceed to Lord Hamlet. There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honored lord!
My most dear lord.
My excellent good friends. How dost thou, Guildenstern? Rosencrantz. Good lads, how do ye both? What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one?
A goodly one in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons. Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why then, your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Oh, which dreams indeed are ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is but the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly. And I myself hold ambition in so light and airy a quality that it is but a shadow to shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court, for by my fay I cannot reason. We'll wait upon you. In the beaten way of friendship. What make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Was it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks. But let me charge you by the rights of our fellowship, be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
my lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. And indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory.
This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire.
Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors.
What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty.
In form and moving, how express and admirable.
In motion, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god.
The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals.
And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there is no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We coated them on our way, and hither they are coming to offer you their service.
Here are the players!
You are welcome, Elsinore friends. Come, your hands then. The pertinence of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which I tell you must show fairly outwards, should appear more like entertainment than yours. You are welcome. But my uncle, father, and aunt, mother are much deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind blows southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
Oh, my lord, I have news to tell you. When Roscius was an actor in Rome...
The actors are come hither, my lord.
Buzz, buzz.
Upon mine honor.
Then came each actor on his ass.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, tragical, historical, historical, pastoral, pastoral, comical, tragical, comical, historical, pastoral, scene indivisible, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, or Plautus too light. For the law of writ and the liberty, these are the only men.
You are welcome, masters. Welcome all. Welcome, good friends. Oh, my old friend comes out to beard me in Denmark. What, my young lady and mistress? You are welcome, masters. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast, it is not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. Rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black is his purpose, hardly tricked with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, the hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam seeks. So, proceed.
Oh God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion.
Anon, he finds him, striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, enraged, strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick. So, as a painted tyrant, Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing.
This is too long.
Shelter the barbers with your beard! Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Prithee, say on. Come to Hecuba.
Oh, but who? Oh, woe had seen the mobile queen.
Mobile queen.
That's good. Mobile queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison rheum, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood. And if the gods see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look, whether he has not turned his colour and has tears in his eyes. Pray you no more.
'Tis well, we'll hear the rest out soon. Good my lord, will you see the actors well bestowed? Take them in.
Come, sir.
Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost hear me, old friend? Could you perform the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll hat tomorrow night. Oh, you could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would sit down and insert. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Follow that, lord, and look you mock him not. I leave you till night, friends. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Aye, so God be with you. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here,
But in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul to his own conceit, that from her working all his visage wan?
Tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit.
all for nothing?
For Hecuba,
What is Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her?
What should he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have?
Am I a coward?
Who calls me villain?
who does me this, ha?
Wounds I should take it, bloody body villain!
Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous,
Kindless villain!
Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I? This is most brave.
About my brains, I have heard the guilty creatures sitting out to play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that they have proclaimed their malefaction.
For murder that would have no tongue, will speak most miraculous organ.
I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle.
I'll observe his looks, I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course.
the spirit that I have seen might be the devil.
I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch.
Catch the conscience of the king!
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
Did you assay him to any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players are about the court, and they have, as I think, ordered this knight to play before him.
'Tis most true, and he beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
It doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge and drive his purpose on to these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book, that show of such an exercise may color your loneliness. I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
Welcome now. Julian. Nymph, thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many days?
Most humbly I thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembered your desire long to deliver. I pray you now, receive them.
No, Not I. Never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well that he did. And with them, words of so sweet breath composed has made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take these again, for to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the power of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed. My lord, you made me believe so.
You should have not believed me.
Ooh.
I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? Your errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Then let the doors be shut on him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For only wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery and quickly to farewell.
Heavenly powers, restore him!
Oh, true, I'll no more on it. It hath made me mad. I say we shall have no more marriages. They that are married, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Love, his affections do not that way tend.
How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all.
Oh, what a noble mind is here our throne. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I of ladies most dejected and wretched that sucked the honey of his music vows now see that noble and most sovereign reason like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. The unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Woe's me to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Many of your players do. I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines.
Nor do not saw the air with your hand thus, but use all gently.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. So the action to the word to the action.
With this special observance that you overstep not the modesty of nature, for such a thing is from the purpose of playing, whose end at the first and now was and is to hold as twere the mirror up to nature.
I warrant your honor.
And let those that play your clowns speak no more than is said to them. Go make you ready. Well, ho! Horatio!
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
Horatio, thou art e'en as just a man as e'er my conversation coped withal.
Good my lord,
Dost thou hear? Give me a man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core, aye, in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. Something too much of this. Play tonight before the king. one scene of which comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, even to the very comment of thy soul, observe mine uncle, give him heedful note. For I, mine eyes, will rivet to his face, and afterwards we will both our judgments join in censure of his seeming.
Well, my lord, if he still ought the whilst this play is playing and escape detecting, I will pay the theft.
Coming into the play, must have been idle, get you to a place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent. In faith of the chameleon's dish, I eat the air, promise crammed. You cannot feed capon so.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you played once in the university, you say?
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It was a brute part of him to kill so capital a cap there, huh?
Come hither, my dear Hamlet, sit by me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
Oh, you mock that.
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I meant my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Do you think I meant country matter?
I think nothing, my lord.
Oh, that's a fair thought to lie between a little maid's legs.
What is, my lord?
Nothing.
You are merry, my lord.
Who? I?
I, my lord.
Oh, God. You're only jig maker. But what should a man do but be merry? For look you here how cheerfully my mother looks. And my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Oh, heavens, to die 2 months ago and not forgotten yet? Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life half a year.
For us, and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing, patiently.
Is this the prologue or the posy of a ring?
'Tis brief, my lord.
As woman's love.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do, and thou shalt live in this world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind, for husbands shall
Oh,
thou find.
confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason to my breast. In second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first.
Wormwood. Wormwood!
A second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine oft we break. Oh, our purpose is but the slave to memory, our thoughts, our hours, their ends none of our own. So think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Nor earth to me give food, nor heaven light. Sport and repose rob from me day and night. From here to hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be wife.
If she should break it now.
'Tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while. My senses grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do but jest. Poison in jest. No offense in the world. This play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. 'Tis a knavish piece of work.
But what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. I in this interlude play one Lucianus, nephew to the king. Thou mixture of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's bands thrice blasted, thrice infected, thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life, usurp immediately. He poisons him in the garden for his estate. His name's Gonzago. He plays extant and in choice Italian. You'll see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
Oh, fighting with false fire.
How fares my lord?
Give over the play.
Give me some light. Away!
Light!
Light.
Look at the curtain.
Oh, let the stricken deer go weep, the heart ungalled at play. For some must watch while some must sleep. So runs the world away. I'll take the ghost word for 1,000 pounds. Did proceed, Horatio.
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poison.
I did very well note him.
Come, some music! Good evening, sir.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
You see yonder cloud that's in the shape of a camel?
By the mass, and 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks it's like a weasel.
It is backed like a weasel,
Or like a whale.
very like a whale.
I will come to my mother by and by. They flew me to the top of my bed. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friend. Now is the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn, and hell itself breathes out contagion into this world. Now when I drink hot blood, and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. Soft. Now to my mother.
I like him not, nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range. Therefore, prepare you. I your commission will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall, along with you. Arm you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage, for we will fetters put upon this fear, which now goes too free-footed.
We will haste us.
My lord, he's coming to his mother's closet. Behind the arras, I'll convey myself to hear the process, and warrant she'll tax him home. Fare you well, my liege. I'll visit you ere you go to bed, and tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lord. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal, eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can. What can it not? But what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state! Oh, bosom black as death! Oh, limed soul that struggling to be free art more engaged. Bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. Oh, may be well.
Now might I do it pat. Now he is a-praying, and now I'll do it.
So he goes to heaven, and so am I revenged.
That would be scanned. A villain kills my father, and for that, I, his sole son, to this same villain sent to heaven? No.
Up sword, and know thou a more horrid hint, when he is drunk asleep.
Or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed.
At game, a swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in't.
Then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as damned and black as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. His visit but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look, you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I will sconce me even here. Pray you, be round with him.
Mother!
Mother!
Extra! Oh, hear me not.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, sit you down. You shall not go. You shall not budge you till I've set you up a glassware and you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Help! Ho!
What hope? Help!
Come now!
Help!
A rat!
Help!
Dead for a nugget! Dead!
I am
Oh,
slain!
me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king!
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. And took thee for thy better. Leave the wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down and let me wring your heart.
What have I done, that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicers' oaths.
I me, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here, upon this picture and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers.
See what a grace was seated on this brow. This was your husband.
Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Ha, have you eyes?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more.
You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame and waits upon the judgment. But what judgment would step from this to this?
Thou turn'st my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tinge.
What devil was that thus hath cozened you and hoodman blind?
Oh, speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a cutpurse of the empire and rule, that from a shelf the precious diadem stole, and put it in his pocket.
No more.
A king of shreds and patches. Oh, save me, and hover me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Oh, say.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you, that you do bend your eyes on vacancy and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? Whereon do you look?
See you nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is, I see.
Look how he steals away. My father in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes even now, out at the porthole.
This bodiless creation, ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy is not madness that I have uttered. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul that not your trespass, but my madness speaks.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Throw away the worser part of it, and live the pure with the other half. Mother, good night. But go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Once more, good night. And when you are desirous to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you. Of the same man I do repent. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and worse remains behind. One word more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this. By no means that I bid you do. Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed, and let him make you ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
I must to England. Know you that?
Alack, I had forgot to so concluded on.
And there's letters sealed, and my 2 schoolfellows who I'll trust as adders fanged, they bear the mandate. But I will delve 1 yard below their minds, blow them at the moon. This man shall send me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Good night, mother. His counselor's now most still, most silent, and most grave. Who was in life the foolish prating knave? Come, sir. Throw it in with you. Mother, good night.
There's matter in these sighs, these profound heaves. You must translate. 'Tis fit we understand them. Where is your son?
Bestow this place on us a little while. Oh, my good lord, what have I seen tonight?
What, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
Mad, as the sea and wind when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit, behind the arras, hearing something stir, whips out his rapier, cries, "A rat, a rat!" and in this brainish apprehension, kills the unseen good old man.
Oh, Gertrude, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed we must, with all our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Ho! Guildenstern! Friends both, go join you to some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go seek him out, speak him fair, and bring the body into the chapel. Pray you, hasten this. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Safely stowed.
Hamlet!
Lord Hamlet!
Ooh, what noise?
Lord Hamlet!
Who calls on Hamlet?
Ah, here they come.
What hast thou done, my lord, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust, whereto 'tis kin.
Tell us where it is that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king, though the king is not with the body. Of the king is the thing.
Thing, my lord.
Of nothing. Come, bring me to him. Hide fox and I'll after.
To bear all smooth and even, this sudden sending him away must seem a deliberate pause. Diseases desperate grown by desperate appliance are relieved, or not at all. How now? What hath befallen?
Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius?
At supper.
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are enacted. We fat ourselves from maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar are but variable service. 2 dishes, 1 table. That's the end.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven. Send thither to see. If your messengers find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But indeed, if you do not find him within this month, you shall nose him as you go up into the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
He will stay till you come.
This deed, for thine especial safety, which we do tender, as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore prepare you. The bark is ready, the wind at help, the associates tend, and everything is bent for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet.
Good.
So is it, if thou knewest our purposes.
I see a cherub that sees them. But, come, for England. Farewell, mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet?
My mother. Father and mother are man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. And so, my mother.
Go! For England! Follow him at foot. Tempt him with speed aboard. Pray you, hasten this! And England, if thou hold'st our love at aught, thou mayst not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports at full, by letters congruing to that effect, the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, till I know 'tis done, howe'er my haps, my joys were ne'er begun.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
I will not speak with her.
She is importunate, indeed distract. Her moods will need be pitied.
Oh, well she was spoken with, for she may stir dangerous conjectures and ill-breathing minds.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I, your true love, know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoon.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say? Nay, pray you, mark. He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. At his head, a grass-green turf, at his heels, a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia...
Pray you, mark! White his shroud as the mountain snow.
Alas.
Larded with sweet flowers.
Look here, my lord.
Which we wept to the grave did go. With true love's showers.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God healed you.
Oh.
They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but we know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon her father.
Pray you, let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Doubt that the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar. But never doubt I love. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. I'll in the morning betime, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. And up he rose and donned his clothes and ducked the chamber door. Let in the maid that out a maid never departed more.
But pretty Ophelia.
Indeed, law, without an oath, I'll make an end on it. By gifts and by St. Charity, a lack and fie for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By cock they are to blame. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. So would I have done by yonder sun, and thou hadst not come to my bed.
How long hath she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot choose but weep to think they should lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so, I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close, Horatio. Give her good watch, I pray you. This is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. This, like to a murdering peace in many places, gives me superfluous death. Choose, we Laertes! Choose, where are my Switzers? Let them guard the door.
See it yourself, my lord! Young Laertes
stand you without. Hold out, vile king, give me my father.
Calmly, good Laertes.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man.
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, but I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay you?
My will, not all the world. For my means I'll husband them so well they shall go far with little.
Good Laertes, that I am guiltless of thy father's death, and am most sensible in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pierce as day does to your eyes.
Let her come in.
What noise is this? Oh, please dry up my praise. Oh, Rose of May, sweet maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh, heavens, is it possible that a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life? Nature is fine in love, and where 'tis fine, it sends such precious instants after the thing it loves.
They bore him barefaced on the bier. Hey, nonny, hey, no. And in his grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my duck?
Hadst thou thy wits, and didst persuade revenge, it could not move thus.
And you must sing a down, and you call him a down. Oh, how the wheel becomes it. It is the false steward who stole his master's daughter.
This nothing's more than matter.
There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember? And there's pansies. That's for thoughts.
A document in madness. Thoughts and remembrances fitted.
There's fennel for you. Columbine. Here's rue for you. And here's some for me. We may call it herb of grace of Sundays. Oh, but you must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I'd give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. Poor bonny sweet robin is all my joy.
Thought and affliction, passion, hell itself, she turns to favor and to prettiness.
Will he not come again? Will he not come again? No. No. He's dead. Go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. He is gone. He is gone. And we cast away moan. God have mercy on his soul. And of all Christian souls, I pray God. God be with you.
Do you see this? Oh, God!
Good Laertes. I must commune with your grief, for you deny me right. And where the offense lies, let the great axe fall. There you go with me.
Who are they that would speak with me?
Sailors, my lord. They say they have letters for you.
Let them come in. I know not from what part of the world I should be greeted, if not from Lord Hamlet.
God bless you, sir.
Let him bless thee too.
Oh, he shall, sir, and please him. There's a letter for you, sir.
Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell you. Farewell, he that thou knowest thine, Hamlet. Come, bring me to him from whom you brought them.
I have told you that I am guiltless of your father's death.
Some now have I a noble father lost, a sister driven to desperate terms, but my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that. You shortly shall hear more. I loved your father. Oh, now, what news?
Letters, my lord. From Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know that I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first begging your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back, or is it some abuse and no such thing?
Know you the hand?
'Tis Hamlet's character. Naked. And in a postscript here he says, alone. Can you advise me?
I am lost in it, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, as how should it be so, how otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
My lord, I will, but it would the rather that you could make it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been talked of since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing, for a quality wherein they say you shine, for your rapier most especially. But to the crick of the ulcer. Hamlet is come back. What would you undertake to show yourself your father's son in deed, more than in words?
Cut his throat in the church.
No place should murder sanctuarize. But good, Laertes. Will you do this? Keep close to your chamber. Hamlet, returning, shall know you are come home. We'll bring you in fine together and wager on your heads. You may choose a sword unbaited, and in a passive practice requite him for your father.
My lord, I'll do it. And for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I bought a poison of a mountebank.
Let's think on this further. I had it. I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon, but sipping, if he by chance escape thy venomed stuck, our purpose may hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Oh. Drowned? Where?
There is a willow, grows aslant a brook, that shows its hoar leaves in the glassy stream. There, with fantastic garlands did she come, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples, that liberal shepherds give a grosser name, but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There, on the coronet boughs, her coronet weeds clambering to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like a while they bore her up, but long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then, she is drowned.
Drowned. Drowned.
Too much water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. And yet it is our trick. Nature her custom holds. Let shame say what it will. When these are gone, the woman will be out. My lord, adieu. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this folly doused it.
Let's follow, Gertrude.
To be buried in Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation.
I tell you she is, therefore make her grave straight. Crowner has sat on her and finds a Christian burial.
Come, my spade. There is no ancient gentleman but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
What? Art a heathen? How dost thou understand Scripture? Scripture says Adam digged. Could he dig without arms?
Oh.
I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to.
What is he that builds stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker. For that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
I like thy wit well. The gallows does well. But how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Now thou dost ill to say that the gallows is built stronger than the church. Argal, the gallows may do well to thee. To it again, come.
Who builds stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Aye, tell me that and unyoke.
Mary, now I can tell.
Go to it.
Mass, I cannot tell.
Cudgel thy brains no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend his pace with beating. And when you are asked this question next, say, a grave maker. The houses he makes last till doomsday. Get thee to Johann and fetch me a stoop of liquor. In youth, when I did love, methought it was very sweet to contract the time for my behold. Methought there was nothing meet.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business that he sings at grave making?
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Oh, is even so. And of little employment has the daintier sense.
But age with his stealing step has clawed me in his clutch, and has shifted me until the land as if I had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once. How the knave jowls it to the ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder.
This might be the pate of a politician that this ass now o'erreaches. One that would circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
These bones cost no more the breeding but to play at loggets with them. Mine to think on it.
And the shrouding sea, a pitch of rain for duty made for such a guest indeed.
I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave's this, Sirrah?
Mine, sir.
I think it be thine, for thou liest in it.
You lie out on it, sir, therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it, to be in it, and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, 'twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
Oh, how absolute the knave is. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days in the year, I came to it that day our late King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. That was the very day young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent into England.
Aye, marry. Why was he sent into England?
Why, because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, it is no great matter there.
Why?
It will not be seen in him there. There the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How? Strangely.
Faith, even with losing his wit.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark. I have been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
If he be not rotten before he die, it'll last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 years.
Why he more than another?
Why, sir, his hide is so tanned with his trade, he will keep out water a great while. And your water is a sore decayer of your horse and dead body. This skull, here's a skull, sir, had lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
Horse and mad fellows it was. Pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
Me and that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, most excellent fancy. Where be your jibes now? Now get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick. To this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. The queen and the courtiers. Who is this they follow? With such maimed rights?
Doth token the course they follow did with desperate hand fordo its own life. But of some estate, couch we a while at mark.
What ceremony else?
That is Laertes. Very noble youth, Mark.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranties. Her death was doubtful, but that great command o'ersways the order she should in ground unsanctified have lodged until the last trumpet.
Lay her in the earth. From her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
What? Fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I hoped thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewed thy grave.
Oh, trouble, woe, fall 10 times trouble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense hath robbed thee of. Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in my arms.
What is he, whose grief bears such an emphasis? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
Devil take thy soul. Whoa! Whoa, no, pluck them asunder!
Good my lord, be quiet! I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids no longer wag.
Oh, my son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
Oh, Laertes, he is mad!
For love of God, forbear him.
Hear you, sir. What is your reason for using me thus? I loved you ever. It is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. Cat will mew. Dog will have his day.
Oh, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. Good Gertrude, set some watch over your son. This grave shall have a living monument.
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. I found Horatio, royal knavery.
An exact command, that on the supervised, no leisure baited, no, not to stay the grinding of the axe. My head should be struck off.
Is possible.
Here's the commission. Read it at more leisure. But I sat me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair. An earnest conjuration from the king, that on the view and knowing of these contents, he should the bearers put to sudden death. No striving time allowed.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it? It must surely be known to him from England what is the issue of the business there.
It will be short. The interim is mine, and a man's life no more than to say one. But I am very sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself.
Peace! Who comes here?
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Dost thou know this waterfall?
Not I, my lord.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty. His majesty bade me signify to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. Sir, this is the matter. Here is newly come to court, Laertes. I know you are not ignorant.
I would you did, sir. Yet, in faith, if you did, it would not much improve me. Well, sir.
You are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is. I mean, sir, for his weapon. But in that imputation that is laid on him by them in his meed, he's unfelon.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons, but well.
The king bid me hath wagered that between a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. And it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I answer no?
I mean, my lord, the opposition to your person in trial.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall, if it please his majesty. 'Tis the breathing time of day with me. I will win for him, and I can.
Shall I redeliver you in so?
To this effect, after what flourish your nature will?
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours, yours.
My lord, the king and queen and all are coming down.
In happy time.
The queen desires you to use some gentle entertainment to Laertes before you fall to play.
She well instructs me.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went into France, I've been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds. But thou wouldst not think how ill all's here about my heart. But it is no matter.
Nay, good my lord.
It is but foolery, but it is such a kind of game-giving as would perhaps trouble a woman.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I shall forestall the repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury.
There's a special providence. Fall of the sparrow.
If it be now, 'tis not to come.
Be not to come, it will be now.
If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all.
No man knows aught of what he leaves. What is it to leave betimes? Let it be.
Come, Hamlet, come, and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I've done you a wrong. But pardon it as you are a gentleman.
I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely. Will this brother's wager frankly play? Give us the foils, come.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes. Mine ignorance, your skill shall, like a star in the darkest night, strike fiery off the deep.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace hath laid the odds o'er the losing side.
Ah, I do not fear it. I have seen you both. But since he is bettered, we have therefore odds.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well. These foils all have a length.
Aye, my lord.
Set me the stoops of wine upon this bench. If Hamlet give the first or second hit, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. And in this cup a jewel shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown have worn. Give me the cup. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin. And you, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Come, sir. Come, my lord. One, no, judgment.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay, give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Now give him the cup.
Nay, set it by a while. I'll play this bout first. Come.
Another hit! What say you?
A touch, I do confess it.
Oh, our son shall win.
He's faint and scant of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, rub thy brow. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
Oh, Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
Poison captain, it's too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam, by and by.
Let me wipe thy face.
My lord, I hit him now.
I do not think it.
And yet 'tis almost against my conscience.
And for a third, Laertes, you do but dally. I pray you, pass me with your best violence.
Say you so. Come on.
Nothing, neither way.
Have at you now.
Part them, they're incensed.
Hey, come again.
Whoa!
Look to the queen there, ho!
They bleed at both sides. How is my lord?
How is Laertes?
Like a woodcock to mine own springe. I am justly killed, Osric, by mine own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, no. The drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink. I am poisoned.
Oh! Villainy! Oh! Let the doors be locked! Treachery! Seek it out!
Hamlet, it is here. There is no medicine in the world that can do thee good. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, and baited and envenomed. The foul practice has turned itself upon me. I can no more. Thy mother's poisoned. The king's to blame.
Point, venom too? Venom too, thy
Oh, treason!
Yet, defend me, friends, I am but hurt. Here, thou murderous, incestuous, damned dame, drink off this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgivenesses with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death fall not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Oh, heaven make thee free of it. I'll follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Oh, wretched queen, adieu. Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I'm more an antique Roman than a Dane. He's yet some liquor
Oh,
left.
as thou art a man, give me the cup. By heaven, I'll have it. Oh, God. Horatio, what a wounded name I leave behind. Things so unknown. Oh, if thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath and pain to tell my story. The rest, silence.
So cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.